Hey folks, my name is Lee Smith. I'm with Spouses Buying Houses, or also known as Spouses Renting Houses. We are a property management company here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We manage a lot of rentals. Our average tenant is staying over 4 years, and our eviction rate is less than 2%. We deal with a lot of low income rentals, so we're pretty used to that market. We're pretty good at that market, but we also manage stuff way up over 2,000 a month. I get a lot of people who send whatever Facebook advertisements or other advertisements. I get a lot of emails where they're trying to sell houses, and I run the numbers on them. If they look interesting to me, I'll run the numbers, and a lot of times they don't work out. So I'm not trying to be biased, although sometimes it definitely comes across that I am biased against a deal. So anyways, if you think I'm wrong on something I give, then please, by all means, correct me, or let's have a discussion about it. I am not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I've been in the industry for almost 20 years now as far as a property manager goes, so I think I know a lot, but I'm not perfect. So if you have questions or thoughts, then let's discuss it. So with that, let's on to it. Thanks. So this next deal is an apartment. It's 11 unit apartment building that was put up for sale last week. When they posted the ad, I'll talk about it later. When they posted the ad, I had a bunch of questions, and then shortly thereafter, the ad was taken down. So I ran the numbers. I feel bad because I'll be honest, I don't think the deal works. But I'm not you. I'm not the person who's going to maybe be investing in it. So maybe the numbers work for you, or maybe you have ideas that you think I need to look at. Anyways, regardless, the ad came back up today. They even posted less information, if that was possible. So I figure I'll post the video, but whoever the wholesaler is, don't hate me. I'm just running numbers. It's nothing personal. All right, so today I was cruising Facebook, and a wholesaler listed a 11 unit apartment building. ARV after repaired value is 1.4 to 1.55 million. 11 units, 9 one bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. What do you say? 7% cap rate. And what else did he say? Well, that was pretty much it in the ad. Let me know if you're interested. Didn't say a price he wanted for it. Didn't say anything. So a couple people were like, "Oh, send me info." I'm like, "Good Lord." So I just responded and said, "What's the GOI, the gross operating income? What's the NOI, the net operating income?" I said, "What's the current occupancy rate? Is it fully, rented out? And, I need more information. I don't even know what you want for it price-wise." And so this was the only picture that they had on there. So somebody was nice enough to send me, this is the actual information. It was in Facebook, and so Facebook is super narrow. Even when I expanded out full screen on my computer, it was still super duper narrow. So this kind of goes from here down, and then here down. So this is the full part I was sent. Asking price here is $960,000. Asking price over here is $970,000. It says cap rate 7%. Here it says cap rate past 2 months is 7%. So we don't know how many units have activity in them. Down here it does show, where is it? It shows somewhere in here. Average rents are supposed to be like $11.50. Here it is. Current rent, owner reported, $11.50 per unit average. I could tell you, looking at the pictures, there is no way in hell that the average is $11.50. So this is an assumption. This is not reality. I don't know what this means. Potential rental to be underwritten based on ARV and market comps. I don't know what that means. That's just gobbledygook. So current taxes on this is misleading. They're saying that 59.58 net property taxes, which may be right, but then the city adds on like another $100 or $200 for trash. But that's only like if you had one container. So it's like $60 extra, and they give you like one container. maybe you'll get lucky and get a recycle bin, but that's not going to work for an 11 unit apartment building. You're going to have to get your own trash can, your own dumpster. These numbers don't make sense. 59.58. Then they say gross taxes 69.95.14. I don't know where they got that. I pulled my own numbers, and my numbers show that the taxes are 61.51 a year. The current owner bought it in 2008. He paid $200,000. Some of this stuff. I got to give the wholesaler a little bit of credit. He put down some information, but a lot of it is just wrong. So it was transferred in 2008. Was a quit claim deed, so the guy who owns it now has a quit claim for it. So you won't get any kind of a warranty deed on this. You might be able to, but you'll have to pay extra for it. Last title, I don't know where they're getting the last transfer for $200,000. I do see a mortgage that was taken in 2008 for $200,000. But really, numbers are numbers. We don't care how much the owner paid for it, other than it might give you an idea of where he started out at and what he's really wanting to make. But we don't really care about it. We want to run numbers on it ourselves. He says the current rent is $11.50 per unit average. I don't think so. I'll show you why here in just a second. I'm thinking that this property needs a minimum of $300,000 worth of work. And I'll show you some pictures here. Let's just kind of run through some of these pictures real quick. Let me see. Where's my... So here is the picture that they showed when they listed the ad. And we'll just kind of run through them here. So it doesn't look bad. It's a brick building. It looks pretty decent. Looks like it's got some newer windows on it. Now here's where we start to get bad. So this is all bad up here. And we'll see here in just a second. There's all the bricks. So we're going to have to fix that. The roof is bad. The front door needs some work there. This is a big old boiler system here. Big old gas meter. So owner pays the heating. There is no central air. So none of these units are air conditioning. That's why I don't believe the 1150 number that's being proposed. Newer windows. So here's one of the units here. I think you're going to have to update them. You're going to have to put some money into the kitchens. You're going to have to put some money into flooring throughout. The roof is bad. We already know that. That's probably $50,000 to put a new roof on it, because I'm assuming it's flat. There's no pictures of the roof, but I'm assuming it's flat. So you got to do a torch down or rubber roof. So some of these units don't look horrible. There is no vent fans. It doesn't appear, and most of these bathrooms don't have vent fans. And they got windows in the bathtubs or in the shower area, so that's kind of a bad thing. I typically like to cover those up, just eliminate them, because of the fact that it's just a mold trap and a maintenance nightmare for the owner. So a lot of flooring. Bathrooms are going to probably have to be updated. There's original pedestals there. There is some jacuzzi tubs in here. I thought that was kind of interesting. This one doesn't look bad. This unit doesn't look bad. We'll kind of run through some of these real quick. Again, more issues. Roof. That one's cabinets original. This leads me to believe that there's knob and tube wiring in this property. This shows the boiler system and an open window. So what does that mean? Owner pays heat and tenants live without air conditioning. So again, I don't think they're paying $11.50 a month. More bathroom. Again, it's another one of those jacuzzi tubs. Another bedroom. You telling me that this tenant's paying $11.50 a month or around there? I don't think so. This one here. This one here unit. So a lot of this sort of stuff. I'm going to kind of fast forward through this stuff. You guys can pause the video if you want. I'll give you a one count. This one, there's no way this guy's paying $11.50 a month. This one, I don't know what we're supposed to be looking at. It looks like a common area, but I can't see the pictures. This one here, I mean, come on. $11.50 a month on average? I think it's wishful thinking. Another bathroom, no vent fan, jacuzzi tub. I don't know what that is. Here's another kitchen that needs flooring. You'll probably have to replace some cabinetry. This is another unit, flooring, walls, blah, blah, blah. Most of these units all are going to need to be redone. Bathrooms, a lot of them, they've got issues with the top floor. I know it's the original old stuff, but I don't think you're going to save it. Going to be all cracked up and stuff. Cost prohibitive to fix. Again, more flooring, walls. This one, come on, $11.50 a month. Have I mentioned that enough yet? All right, let's keep going here. So this is the basement. I know you got this plumbing disaster here. I have no clue what that is. It scares me. I don't see anything that resembles new PVC or PEX plumbing, so that's kind of scary. Here's a basement. So this is a basement unit here. So they've had to run the electrical on the outside of the wall. This makes me nervous. It is most likely asbestos, which means you will you got to make sure it's encapsulated at a minimum. More of this unit here. The flooring doesn't match. I don't know. They're trying to go for some sort of design. This kitchen here, I don't know if those cabinets are savable or not. Doesn't look like it's going to be. I don't know what that is. I don't know what these little lights back here are. Another kitchen where the slumlord brigade happened and they just painted, didn't care if they got it on the cabinets. This is a basement unit, obviously. Somebody's living there, but I don't think they're paying $11.50 a month. Somebody's into health though. Here's what I would assume is a basement tub surround. I don't necessarily mind it because I think this is all one piece. I mean, I'm not crazy about the color, but the surround is a one piece, it looks like, or two piece or three piece or whatever, but that's definitely less maintenance than the glue-ons. I'd have to look at it in person. There's a vent fan. Yay, vent fan's the only one I've seen in any of these pictures, but it's obviously old. There's, oh, they got the crazy lights, like my kids like on their walls. In the bathroom, this bathroom here, this front drawer front is gone. I don't know why there's a drain in the floor. I mean, I know why there's a drain in the floor, but I don't know if that's a bathroom shower thing. I don't think so. Anyways, I don't know. More closets. Looks like there's been some issues down here. Either it's rubbing and it's breaking it off or what. So that's all going to have to be gone. This kitchen is dated. Okay, so here's another picture. This is some of the interesting stuff. Can't tell if this is CPVC or if this is painted galvanized. I'm leaning myself towards its CPVC, sorry, and that is just bad. Especially in Indiana winters, if it gets cold, it fractures. It doesn't even like burst. It just like fractures, and it's next to impossible to find where the leaks are. And it's just splinters out, and it's just a mess. Now there is some PEX there. That red line is a PEX line, but you know, it makes me nervous about all this. Here's some old galvanized drain pipes here. That makes me nervous. Not horribly, but you know, it is what it is. Here's one of these basement units. I don't know. Gonna have to be redone. Look, they got a bunch of insulation here for the upstairs unit. So owner pays for that's an interesting nightmare. Owner pays for hot water. I'm assuming they pay for the water too. So owner pays water and sewer. Owner pays for heat, and that includes the hot water heaters. So there's 3 instant tankless water heaters here. But that's, you know, owner's paying that. That's going to cost you. Here's your boiler system. There's only 2 contractors in the city that I know of that'll mess with boiler systems, and they are very picky about who they will work with. So that's just a nightmare waiting to happen. More of the basement, kind of a nasty mess. So I've already done the count on this. There is 12 meters, so 11 units. There is a common meter. This is the common meter here. So everybody has their own electrical bills, but you're pretty much paying heat and water and sewer. So their bills are probably super low. There's a washing facility. Looks like 2 washers, 2 dryers. I don't know how much money they're making off of those. I can't tell. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we know about it. Now let's run some numbers here real quick. Oh, let me show you the neighborhood. So this is hotpads.com. I like hotpads.com because hotpads shows you active listings. It doesn't show historical data, but it shows active listings around subject property. Our subject property is probably right around in here. And so we could see other properties around it. Now this one here is $11.25 a month. Now remember, our owner is telling us, our owner or wholesaler is saying $11.50 a month. This one here is $11.25 a month. It's a nicer property. You got balconies. Level of rehab is they've got, I would do LVP, and they've got carpets everywhere. But otherwise, I mean, this is a little dated, so maybe you could paint the cabinets, but you could you could leave it as is. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. I don't know if I would say it's $11.25 a month worth. This is also a glue down tub surround. I don't like those. I prefer screw in types, just because less maintenance. So that one's $11.25. Now here's my problem with this. It is listed 5 months ago. So it's been on the market for 5 months. Now maybe they're just recycling the ad and number 3 is not available, and it's maybe number 1 or number 2 or something else like that, but it's been listed for 5 months. So to me that says that they've been trying to get $11.25, but they can't get it. So let's look around here a little bit. Now here's one that I found. This is 1 or 2 bedrooms, and there are $760 or $875. So I'm assuming it's 1 bedroom is $760, 2 bedroom is $875 a month. And these aren't too bad. These are pretty on par with what we just looked at. That was $11.25, right? They're nice. They still have the glue in. Whatchamacallit? They got the windows in here. They've got a floor plan there, and so that's not bad. Let me see. There was another one around here. These have been, that was just listed, updated one day ago. Let's see here. So this one here, this apartment building here is studio 1 and 2 bedrooms. So $665 up to $1,200. 1 and 2 baths. So these are a bunch of different stuff. So these aren't too bad. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Good Lord, just give us the thing. Oh, there's the laundry facilities. Do they have any pictures of the unit? Okay, so here's something. Here's something. There's the kitchen. So it's laminate countertops, painted walls, laminate countertops. So this is AI created. Yeah, so they just basically took a picture and had AI put furniture in it. So not horrible, about on par, but that's $665 to $1,200. So I don't think $11.50 is right. That's what I'm basically boiling it down to. All right, so let's run some numbers here. There's some other stuff around here, like there's let me see if I can find this stuff up. A lot of it. So these are 1 bedroom, 1 bath for $1,085. But I think this one, I don't know if this is an apartment. 1 bed, 1 bath. So it is. But see, that's pretty nice. And that's $1,085 a month. I wonder if this is a shared thing for $1,085 a month. I don't know if it is or not. So anyway, but there's some other stuff around here. That one's listed 14 days ago. That's a 3 bedroom. This one here, this is 6 days ago, 1890. 3 bedroom, 1 bath. What do they look like? That's pretty nice. I know that floor plan. Show me some better pictures. Dang it. So they got granite countertops, tile backsplash. Show a kitchen? Yeah, so all stainless appliances and stuff like that. 1900. How long has it been? It was listed 6 days ago. So what I was seeing when I was looking at a lot of this stuff, I was seeing a lot of stuff listed 5 months ago. We saw that one. Listed 1 month ago. So there's a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of competition. You're going to have to be tight on your price. All right, so let's run some numbers. Found my spreadsheet. So I don't think $11.50 a month is realistic. I think that we're probably at the 760 to, so probably 800, 760 to 875 was that one we looked at. And that's your competition right now. So, you're looking at like 85.90 for all 11 units rented out. So what, 9 at 760 and 2 at 875 is like 85.90. I run, these are my assumptions, 12% for vacancy rate. Takes longer to find a renter for a multifam. So that's about a month and a half. 10% for repair costs. You saw the side of the building, right? So you know that this is going to take longer, that there's a lot of neglected maintenance on this building. That brickwork didn't all fall at one time. It was over time. It had been happening and nobody cared about it. So you got some maintenance. So probably, even though the level of upgrade you're going to have to do this property, you're probably still going to be looking at 10% a year of your gross rents going towards average maintenances and repairs. 3.5, I put some fluff in here, but that's accounting and legal. You're going to have to get, I'm sure when you get to this point, you're going to be into an accountant. 10% for property management fees. Property taxes are $61.51. You're going to do lawn care, and you're going to have to do salt in the wintertime. So I figured roughly $200 a month, $2,400 a year. Trash, I figured $150 a month. You're going to have a dumpster brought in. That may be low. It may be $200, $250 a month. Supplies, we don't have that. $150 a month in electrical. Actually, I would say for your common areas, you're probably $100 a month there. Gas and oil, this one's going to be a biggie. I have seen just insane gas bills because here's what's going to happen. If you leave the existing system in place, the tenants are going to crank the heat up in the wintertime, and then they're going to open a window to cool down. And guess who's paying for that? You are. So I'm going to say you probably got like 200. I think that's probably low. So let's say $250 a month of that. Water and sewer, you're probably going to be about, I'd say 250, 11 times 60. So boy, $600 a month in sewer and water. I don't even know if that's right or not. I would say $60 a month per unit. So that's $600. You're not going to have telephone, accounting, and legal, none of that sort of stuff. Property insurance. I have not done a big property or big building like this in a while. So I'm going to say it's probably about $500 a unit per year. So that's like $5,500. That may be off. Multifam turns. Okay. A good turn is probably going to cost you $1,000. So some of that will be offset by tenants' security deposits. But also, you're going to, these are an apartment building. Tenants don't stay 4, 5, 6 years in these buildings. It's just transitional until they find a better place, right? So I'm going to figure a third of 11 units as $1,000 each. So let's just roughly say $3,500 a year you're going to spend just in turns that comes out of pocket from you, because you won't be able to get the money from the renters when they leave. So all that said and done, your net operating income is $2,978 a month. So about $3,000 a month. They're asking $960 for the property. I think it's a minimum of about $300,000 to renovate this property. That's just a minimum of $300,000. Well, yeah, you'll be lucky to get it for $300,000. So you're into it for $1.263 million. If you paid all cash for it, your cap rate is about a 2.8% cap rate. Is that the kind of return you want? That's if you paid cash. That's not if you got a loan. If you got a loan, let's say you got lucky and you got a 30-year note and you got 6.75% interest. I don't think that's possible. I think it's like a 20-year, and it's higher interest rate. But if you could get a 30-year and a 6.75, your mortgage payment alone is going to be $6,000 a month. That's based off of 75% of the 1.3 million. So your negative cash flow, if you get a loan, it's negative $3,100 a month, $3,200 a month. That's cash on cash return is negative 12%. So maybe you buy it, fix it up, get it rented, and then try and sell it. I don't know. I don't know if 1.4, 1.5 million is correct. Not based off of these rents. Now they were trying to say that it was 1150 times 11. I don't think that's realistic. 12,650. I just don't think it's realistic. Not anymore. Not in this market. But if you did 12,650 a month, then it becomes a 5 cap, not a 7 cap, a 5 cap, and it's only a negative 2% cash on cash return. So I don't know. Does this look like it would work for you? Sorry it took so long to run this thing, but you got to run your own numbers, folks. People don't understand what's what, and wholesalers just don't understand the business. So you got to run your own numbers. All right. Hopefully it helps.